can hear me. Hi, Emma, Dorina. Hey, girls. Can you drop some comments? Let me know if you can hear me fine, if you can see me fine. Perfect. Hey, ladies. Just going to give it a moment or two, see if other people want to join the party. How are you guys doing? Did you enjoy the sessions that you were just in? Hi, V. Hey, Nadine. How are you doing? Right. I think I'm just gonna thank you so much. I think I'm just gonna hop to it, guys. Do a little bit of an intro for those of you who don't know me. My name is Tay. I am essentially a spiritual alchemist. I work with people's energy fields. Hey, Sarge. I do various types of healings on people. I use Reiki, crystal therapy, Sechem. I do spiritual readings. I make all types of potions that are made up of herbs, essential oils, crystals, oils. I'm a meditation coach. I do visualization work with people. But one of the things that I'm always kind of shocked about is that more people don't book chakra balancing as their first point of call in their healing journey. And I've been thinking a lot about this, and I reckon it can only be down to one of two things. So the first, they see a couple posts on Instagram, so they think that they've got this whole thing on lock. They know what they're doing with their chakras, so they don't need no one to help them. Cool. But then it could also be that you have people that don't really understand the significance of chakra health in their daily life. So if you fall into that category, I'm just going to do a quick rundown of what chakras are. Essentially, chakras are energy vortexes that run throughout our body. We actually have 114 of them in and around our body, but people tend to focus mainly on the 7 main chakras that run the length of our spinal column. So these are, let me show you something. In fact, I'm going to do an exercise with you guys to open up your hand chakras, because we have chakras in our hands, just so you can feel the energy of your chakras and understand what's actually happening in and around your body. So I want you to take both hands, put them in front of you like this. Oh my God, my hands look big, boy. Let me go back a bit. Put them in front of you like this, one facing up, one facing down. And we're just going to go like this 20 times. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I want you to swap it around and do it the same way again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now that you've done that, slowly bring your hands together. Can you feel the resistance there? Can you feel, it feels like there's something quite tangible in between your hands. You may be experiencing tingles or swells and stuff like that. But that's what's happening throughout all the chakras in your body. Like, drop me a comment if that worked for you, if you felt anything, if you noticed anything. Oh. Did anyone feel anything? Jarina's like, what the hell? So yeah, so this is what's happening throughout our body. So when people talk about balancing chakras, what does that actually mean? So these energy fields that we have operating in and around our body, they have correspondences to body parts, emotions, planets, plants, um, essential oils, incenses. They correspond to certain things. And how I like to think of them is chakras are like pieces of software that contain the programming for how we should interact with things, how we should feel, how we should behave, and stuff like that. But if you take the software analogy, you know, like in a computer, software can sometimes get corrupted. Now, when we're talking about your chakras being corrupted, this can take the form of them being closed, excessive, deficient, or any combination of the lot, to be honest. What this means is it could have impacts on your health. You may experience, for example, your root chakras blocked. You may experience problems with your legs, your bones, heart chakra, obviously your heart, but that can also have an impact on your lungs, your arms, your upper body, your throat chakra. You could have throat issues, sore throats, stuff like that. So I really urge people, I'm not going to do like a full deep dive on the chakras in this talk because that is a series in itself. We could be here forever. I urge people to research chakras. If you think it will be helpful, you guys can drop me a DM because I'm actually thinking of running a course and some workshops. So if that's something you'll be interested in, so we can go deeper, then yeah, hit me up. Yeah, MF is correct. They can manifest as pain. They can manifest as weight gain or weight loss, that kind of stuff. So let's get it. As I said, I'm not going to go too in depth about the chakras and stuff like that. There's so much you can research and read out there. Even in my own studies, I've found that depending on who I'm following, what school of thought you're from, what mystical system you're into, they can all have slightly varying information. All correct, but it just aligns with your thought process and whatever you choose to follow. What I'm going to do instead is talk about the things that people do wrong when they're working with chakras. Because like I said, there's so much information about what you should do, but there's not really ever anything that says, hey, this is not the way to go. The first thing that people do wrong, not connecting with themselves. As people, the way how our lives are set up and stuff like that, we spend so much time connecting with external stuff, Instagram, friends, family. Just our focus is never really on ourselves. People don't always take that time out to have that conscious moment when they're being internal, reflecting, paying attention to themselves. And you know, like one of the consequences of that is if you're not connected with yourself, how do you know when something's wrong? It's going to be too late when you find out something's wrong. That is when something's going to come up and I was going to say something else. But basically smacks you in the behind. That's when you found out now that, yikes, something is wrong. So you need to be taking time to connect with yourself. Thinking back to that hand chakra opening exercise that we did, I want to show you a quick way that you can be in tune with yourself. take notice of what's happening in your energy field, what's happening in your chakras, what's happening in your body, what's happening in your mind. So it's a little meditation, guys. So I just want you to get comfortable. Get comfortable and take a few deep breaths. Just relax. Close your eyes and just keep breathing. I want you to bring your attention to your body. What sensations are you feeling? Is it easy for you to sit here with yourself, with all the focus on you in this moment? Or is there some sort of resistance happening? Or is there some sort of relief at soul level that you are taking the time to really focus on yourself? We're going to start now by bringing our awareness to our root chakra. The root chakra is located between your legs at the perineum. And this is associated with feelings of safety, survival. Do you feel safe? What sensations are you feeling in this part of your body? Do any words spring to mind? Any colors? Memories? And then we'll move slowly up to the sacral chakra. What do you feel here? This is where your emotions live, your sexuality, desire, creativity. How do you feel when you bring awareness to this area? What thoughts come up? Do you see any colors? Do you feel anything physically? And as we continue our journey upwards, we get to the solar plexus. This is the seat of your power, your will, your self-esteem. How do you feel when you focus on this area? What words come to mind? What do you see? We continue upwards now to our heart chakra. Love, compassion, and forgiveness. What do you feel when you focus on this area? What do you remember? What do you see? And as we travel upwards to our throat chakra, this is where our communication lives. Creativity too. And resonance. Focusing on this area, what thoughts come to mind? What sensations come to mind? We'll keep going upwards. And now we're at your third eye. Intuition, vision, imagination, clairvoyance. But how do you feel when you focus on this area? Do you see any colors? Do you hear anything? And up and up we go till we get to the crown chakra at the top of your head. Knowledge, understanding, intellect, your connection with the all there is. Tell me, how do you feel when you bring your attention to this area? Now, I want you to bring your awareness back to your body as a whole. Your presence to the room that you're in, the session that we're in. And your attention back to me. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and drop any observations or comments in the comment box. How is that, guys? Checking in with yourself in that kind of way. Let me know, let me know. Laya says, lovely. Laya's got a fantastic session with you guys as well, a yoga flow that is going to help balance your chakras as well. So check out her session a little later. Jarena says, very relaxing. Hi, Mariah. Did anyone feel anything? You know, like when we did the hand opening chakra, the hand chakra opening exercise, did anyone feel that level of energy throughout their body? Because if the answer is no, that's fine. The more you check in with yourself, though, the more you will become aware of the subtle energies that are in your body. Mariah said her legs felt light. Levitating. So the more you become in tune with the energy that's in your body, in tune with yourself, the thoughts and feelings that you come across when you start honing in on yourself, that's when you'll be able to say, okay, this is out of whack. I've noticed that if I focus on this area, I'm getting negative thoughts and feelings, or normally when I think about other parts of my body, I'm getting tingles and sensations, but now when I'm thinking about this part of my body, this particular chakra, there's no sensation at all. So that's an indicator that there possibly needs to be work done there. Doing this from time to time, as often as you can, will help you nip anything in the bud that starts to surface. You don't want to get too far out of whack. And with that said, okay, so some people said they felt like they were floating, they were calm, felt sensations when focusing on the crown, and I know sensations in the lower chakras. V, you are a very spiritual woman, so I suspect that your crown chakra is like busted wide open, and so that is why you felt it easier to connect and feel with the chakras up there. But it's quite important, if you're that way inclined, that you need to make sure you still do work on the lower chakras, because you need the energy to flow upwards, which I'll touch on a little bit more later. Sorry, guys, I tried to set a vibe for myself by lighting some incense, and I'm here choking on the smoke. Let me just move it a little bit. Right, so that kind of exercise that you did, connecting with yourself, you can do it as often as possible, which leads me to mistake number 2 that people make when working with their chakras. You need to do constant work. People think that they can be on some one and done thing. Like, they think that, I had a Reiki session like last week, or I got my crystals out like 2 days ago, and blah, 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 blah. And they're moving like chakra work comes with like a 2-year warranty, like it's like an electrical appliance. No, like it doesn't work like that. The energy around you is so subtle and it's sensitive. Like, anything can throw it out. And it's not even necessarily what's happening in your own personal life. It can just be situations. One of the things that I found is, at the start of lockdown, when I was working with clients, and all the stuff that was happening with George Floyd and stuff like that, there was like a collective grief. And everyone was feeling this density, this feeling of like anguish, of heartbreak, of not feeling safe, of not being able to express themselves. These are the types of things that can throw your chakras out. So don't feel like, oh, my life is set, so my chakras must be fine. No, you could walk down the road, see an argument, you can miss your bus, and then feel like, now you're in a panic, and that kind of messes up your equilibrium, in turn messing up the flow of your chakras. Nadine said, I heard waves and felt euphoria when I focused on my third eye and crown chakras, lightness and fullness at the same with many of the others. Yeah, it's beautiful. This work is so beautiful. Like, you can do it all the time for yourself, and you will bring yourself back to that state of peace. Chakra work should be part of your spiritual hygiene, basically. You do not want to be energetically or spiritually frowsy. Like, do you know what I mean? You be clean. So make it part of your self-care routine. Like, set aside some time when, if you're going to be doing your nails, if you're going to be doing your makeup, if you're going to be doing all of these things. A lot of people say they have self-care Sunday, where really they're focusing on the aesthetics things. Maybe they may meditate. I don't know what people's routines consist of, but it should always consist of checking in with yourself energetically. Yes, Escala, I did say spiritually frowsy, because some people are not taking care of their spiritual hygiene, and they don't understand the impact that has on their being. Like, a lot of people walk around acting like everyone else's energy is toxic. Everyone else is emitting this thing that is just gonna, oh my gosh, you're getting in my energy field, and sometimes it's you're the one that stank. and you need to just eliminate those spiritual odors. So yeah, don't think that you can just do it one off and then you're fine. Connect with yourself, keep connecting with yourself. 3, mistake number 3 that I come across, yeah, people not looking at the chakra system as a whole. Oh, it's one of my biggest bugbears. Like, you see people on the internet, oh, you want love, so you need to open your heart chakra. And it's like, then you've got people that are just like trying to beam from their heart chakra like they're a flipping Care Bear, sending all of these beams out, and then wondering why Mr. or Mrs. Right hasn't knocked on their door yet. Let me put it into perspective for you, yeah? Even though your heart chakra is responsible for feelings of love, emitting and receiving love, you need to know that one of the reasons why you may be having problems, you could be experiencing childhood trauma that's still with you, and no one's told you that impacts on your root chakra. If you don't feel safe, if you don't feel secure, how are you going to trust? Trust is one of the major things you need in a relationship, right? So you're worried about your heart chakra, but it could be a root chakra issue, actually. If your sacral chakra's out, where's your desire? Where's your passion? Like, are you connecting with people on an emotional level? See what I mean? Like, if your solar plexus chakra is out, your self-esteem is going to be hit, and you're going to keep manifesting situations where you are required to step into your power. Yeah. And you're going to keep attracting the wrong kind of people that are at a lower vibration than what you actually want, because you are not operating from a place of power, from a place of self-esteem. Your throat chakra, how are you going to communicate with this person that you meet? Your throat chakra actually as well is responsible for vibration, so resonance. So in effect, your ability to vibe with people. Who are you going to meet if you can't vibe with no one? Like, do you know what I mean? Your third eye. You need to vision this person, like law of attraction. You need to be able to see them and vision them to be able to get them into your life. And then if your crown chakra is jacked up, then you're not going to be able to apply any of like the knowledge, wisdom, discernment. Like, that's the realm of your crown chakra, discernment, being able to discern who is the right person for you. What situations do I need to be in? How do I need to come across? And it's like that for most areas of your life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're there trying to do a business and you are trying to manifest more money, you may be concentrating on your third eye because I need to vision this, I need to see this. Like, yeah, okay. But if your solar plexus chakra is messed up, for example, do you even have the will, the strength, the power to carry out what you need to do to be successful in your business, to draw the things in, maintain the hard work that is required of you, show up for yourself each day? So I would urge you to do more research into the chakras, understand what they're all responsible for, and then look at your issue that you're experiencing in its entirety. Nothing is ever just as simple as it's seen. It's not just plain, like, and then look at all the issues that could be affecting you achieving your desired outcome. And so therefore all the chakras that come into play, and then understand how balancing all of them instead of just one of them can help you get to your goal. the next part of that is superficial healing. Like, do messed up chakras affect your life, or does your life mess up your chakras? It's like a chicken and egg story, really. So when you're on your healing journey, you need to look at yourself in your entirety. There's no point in getting all these crystals and, having like a sound bath, getting some dope incenses, your sage, your Palo Santo, your essential oils, and all of that kind of stuff, if you're still rolling around with the same mindset and behaviors as what you were with before. Because if your emotions and your behaviors can impact on how your chakras function, getting them back aligned and balanced and functioning as they should do will be knocked out again if you continue to think the way you do, if you continue to behave the way that you do. So the work that I do with clients is about clearing out a lot of their shit. A lot of their shit. When I say that, I'm talking about their early childhood traumas, their abortions, their miscarriages, their violent relationships, their mummy issues, their daddy issues. It could be stuff like when they were shot at, stabbed, robbed, bullied, all of these things that leave an emotional and spiritual imprint on you. And these imprints, if you walk around with them long enough, you leave them unchecked, untreated, they will continue to contaminate your energy field, your aura, your chakras. Removing them, this gunk will free you mentally, but also on an energetic and spiritual level. So you need to be constantly going through a process of clearing, confronting your shit, dealing with your issues, like digging deeper and deeper, getting to the root of the problem, facing it, resolving it, removing it. And that's not to say that that's a case of forgetting and you're totally over everything. But what it does is it puts you in a place where you are more at ease with your experiences. You are operating from a place of wisdom and not wound. Do you get what I mean by that? Yeah, drop me a comment, guys, if any of that stuff that I've just said, does it resonate with you? Do you feel it? Do you want me to explain a little bit more about that? I'll move on. So yeah, just make sure you're consistently working through your stuff, because if you don't, it's still on you. It's still being on you. It's still in your energy field. It's still in your chakras, and it's gonna. All you can do as much balancing as you like. It's gonna be a quick fix. You will slowly creep back into a place of disalignment. Showing up for your healing. Another thing that I notice that people do when they work with their chakras is they place too much reliance on external things. Meditation, crystals, yoga, sound healing, chanting, visualization. These are all essential items in your spiritual toolkit, particularly for someone that's on, a spiritual and healing journey. But you have to be present. You can't just be like, here's my rose quartz, my heart is open now, like everything's all good. It doesn't work like that. You need to show up for your healing. You need to actively engage with the stuff that you're doing. If you're going to get a necklace or a piece of jewelry or crystal grid yourself, tune into the energy that you're receiving. If you're using essential oils, smell them. How do I feel when I'm wearing these things? How does this energy make me feel? What do I feel like when I'm with this modality, this method that I'm using? How do I feel when I'm not? Otherwise, if you just collect all of these things and you're just brandishing them like a medal and you think that that's the work done, I see that as the equivalent of putting the TV on in the background while you've gone in the kitchen to cook. Yeah, you can hear, you're going to pick up kind of what's happening in the show, but you're not there. You're not seeing it. You're just experiencing it at such a great distance that did you even watch that show? No, you didn't. Don't be a bystander in your healing. For maximum effect, really engage with the methods that you're using. Be there consciously for the methods that you're using. Note the differences in what's happening with you when you are using this thing and when you're not using this thing. And just because your pal said that, oh, you need to get a, I don't know, citrine because you need more money, how does your body feel when you're using that crystal? There's been crystals that I've read that I should use and stuff like that. And my body, my energy field literally rejects it. It doesn't feel good in my presence at this moment in time. There's something else that I need to do. But because I'm working from that level of conscious awareness and I'm paying attention to what's happening when I'm using these things, I can say to myself, do you know what? This is not for me. I need to get this thing instead. Yes, Emma for co-signed that part. Don't be a bystander in your healing. Oh, Sarjo said that. And it's so true. You cannot be a bystander. Don't hand it off to anyone else. You need to show up for yourself. You need to be there for yourself. You need to actively participate in your healing. Let's see how I'm getting on time. Okay, I'm going to start wrapping it up. I'm going to move on to my last thing, that one of the things that I notice that a mistake that people make when working with their chakras is this obsession of treating the higher chakras as superior, like anything from chest upwards. And I kind of feel like people do that as a mark of their spiritual ascension. Like, I'm not down there, I'm up here. So they spend so much time cultivating the upper chakras. The reason why this is a mistake is that a lot of people who are doing that don't seem to realize that how the 7 chakra system works is energy starts in your root chakra, it works its way up, it hits your solar plexus where it's given like rocket fuel for it to continue its way up. And then it comes all the way back down. And that's how things get manifested in reality. So if one of your lower chakras is blocked, if you're not cultivating that, actually, you're a little bit effed. Like a lot of people just want to think about their third eye because they think it makes them seem so mystical. But you need to start with your foundation. Like Emetha says, the root, like Ascala said, like a plant. This is where we start. As babies, the first chakra actually to develop is your root chakra. So when you're starting on chakra work, even if you're a seasoned pro and you think you've been doing this forever, always go back to basics. Always start at the root, because you need to think about it like this. If you think about a street with a water pipe running through it, yeah? If one of the chakras is blocked, you're going to get houses up this side of the street that are not getting any water. And then the houses down this side of the street, they're going to be flooded because the pipe block up and burst. So now they're just flooded. You want it to flow through evenly all the time. So I hope that intro to working with your chakras, or how not to work with your chakras, was like good. I do work with clients, so if you feel like I need to go a little bit deeper than what I can do as a person and I need to leave it to a pro, you can hit me up, because just by being here today, you get 20% off my services. I can work remotely, in person. In fact, don't be put off by the remote work, because energy knows no time, no space. It's not linear, it's not confined in the way that we are. And I've done amazing healings since lockdown. So hit me up, follow me. Let me drop my thing in here. So this is where you sign up to get your 20% discount from me. Register, I'll wing you back your discount code. And then you can also, let's see. Follow me on Insta. Hit me up. Let me know if this chakra balancing course is something that you'd be interested in. Follow me. I'm going to be doing more hints and tips, more work. You can check out my website, my Instagram. So what I would say, guys, it's been fantastic speaking with you guys. Maybe we should head over into the networking space. If you go to the left of your screen, go to the networking space, and then you can all meet each other. One of you may be even lucky enough to meet with me. Yeah. Oh, here's a scholar.
Here I am. Tay, wonderful. I was really enjoying that. No, you was cracking me up. No, why did you say spiritually frowsy? Guys, why did she say that? I was dead. No, I was dying. Just before we kind of encourage people to go out into the networking spaces, does anyone have any questions for Tay about her session, about anything that she said? My mum's in here, by the way, and Carmen Wilson, she's one said that was fantastic, very informative. So mum's enjoying it. Is there anybody who has any particular questions for Tay that we can pose to her before we close out and move into our next phase of sessions? While we're kind of waiting for a few comments and suggestions to come through, Tay, something that I really, really kind of resonated with was the fact of you saying, you know, it's consistent work. You know, it's not something that we can just do one time and kind of be over it. We have to continually be doing things. I know that I'm guilty myself of kind of feeling like any particular practice, that, oh, I've done my yoga today or for the week, is just like, oh, I can let it slide for a couple of days. Like, no, if you're trying to be a yogi, you need to actively be a yogi. If you're actively trying to work on elements of non-judgment or being loving or whatever, these are things that you can't just sit one time with a crystal and feel like, oh yeah, I'm done. So that kind of idea of consistently working is something that really resonated with me, because I can be a bit lazy sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it's consistent. And the more you do it, it's like going to the gym. You know, when you go to the gym, and I don't work out, but when I do work out and then I start to feel a little bit stronger, I start to see like changes in my body. I think this is dope. And it's the same when you're working with your energy field and your spiritual health in whatever modality you choose to follow, actually. The more you keep up with it, like Jarena says, consistency is key.
Facts. Big facts.
Stay showing up, guys.
Stay showing up, guys. Stay doing your work. Stay getting into that shadow state and working through all the things that you need to work through, because you don't want to be frowsy out in these streets just beefing up people's spiritual space. People telling you about you stank, your spirit is stinking. Yeah, we don't want that in life. So on that note, Tay, are you good to close out the session right now?
I am good to close it out. Guys, there's so many other fantastic speakers. Like I said, Laya is actually going to do a yoga flow for chakra balancing.
Yeah.
So if you really enjoyed this talk and you want to actually get into the practice of balancing your chakras and find a way to do it, head over to Laya's session a little later.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really important to have this kind of theoretical input of what it is to balance chakras, but then have a space to practically put all of that information into your life, really, which is kind of what we've tried to create here. So Tay's given us all of the theory and all of that, and then we're going to go over with Laya and do some physical practice of balancing out our chakras. So guys, big thanking you. Just having a quick check of the comments. Amefa says, thank you for reminding us of consistent processing. Tay, amazing. I concur with that comment. Okay, guys, we're going to take a little bit of a pause for a cause. Feel free to head over to the networking session. Again, mix and mingle. Like Tay said, you might link up with her. It might be myself. It might be somebody else who is a speaker on the session. It might be my mum. So go ahead, go over there. I will be in the networking. I'll also be in the stage area if anybody just wants to chill and have a bit of a meditative moment. And we'll catch you at 12 o'clock for the next session. Thanks, Tay.
Love, guys.
Loving you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.